Hello everyone, welcome back. It's realBluTV here. This time we're doing the Chaac item guide, and I pronounce it Chaac. I think, pretty sure that's how you say it. Most video games, actually, when you click on their characters, they'll say their own name, or you can find a way for them to say their names. I see a lot of people saying Chaac or Chaac. It really grinds my gears. So we're gonna go with Chaac. So anyways, here's how we build for him. His shotgun's pretty decent, the SKL6, but it's not as powerful as the Arbitrator from Scorch or Anvil. So we usually go with the D40C, the pretty decent SMG in itself. So that's usually the option we go with. With Chaac, we're usually the entry fragger. So sometimes we're the bomb carrier if we don't have a trench or an anvil. If you're not playing with a Scorch and you're not incense planting, then we usually go with the bomb with Chaac as well. And there's a couple different ways to build Chaac that I use, so we're going to talk about that. The first one is on attack or defense, we go with the flashbang. These did get nerfed, so the flash, if you get flashed by it, it's half a second less. I think it was 3.5, now it's 3 seconds. I could be wrong on the exact timing, but they did get a slight nerf, but they're still really good, especially if you connect with someone in a smoke, because then they're just completely lost, because as soon as they're done getting flashed, they're inside a smoke. So especially if you're using tracker rounds in this new reveal meta, you'll be able to burst them down pretty quick. But we usually go with flashbangs first, whether it's on attack or defense, just because we want to be that entry fragger and we want to put the enemy team at a huge disadvantage as quickly as possible. The next thing we're going to do is get our D40C, and then some of his perks are really useful in certain situations. Now, if you're the entry fragger, I think that Replenish and Life Drain are the most important perks for you, because if you're the entry fragger, you're most likely going to be in front of multiple enemies. You're going to need that Life Drain and that Replenish. Life Drain because it's going to give you that heal as soon as you down someone. And with the combination of Replenish, you're going to be able to reload your currently equipped weapon, and it restores your your, I got the word, but the rest of your ammo that you're carrying, right? Your ammo capacity is going to refill. That's not the important part. The important part is that it reloads your gun. So if you hit all of your shots initially, then your gun is going to pretty much just be irrelevant to the purpose of reloading, and you're just going to look like a straight infinite ammo gunman just running at their face, right? So if you're able to do that perfectly, then you should be able to utilize Life Drain and Replenish at a severe success rate, right? The next thing that you would get after that, of course, is going to be the Semtex. There is some difference to this, though. You could go with your primary weapon and then go Semtex, kind of play a little bit safer with the rest of your team. Then once the later rounds come into the half, you'll have your Life Drain and Replenish, and you start pushing in for aggressively. The other things that you need is, I believe you need the double upgraded flashbang, because you'll be able to increase the throw distance, and then you'll have two of them. So maybe one didn't connect, or you messed up the first throw, or you didn't get anyone with it, or you'll just have a second one to make up for the first one, or the second one could come in handy if you start to lose teammates and the fight is turning opposite direction, right? Upgrading the Semtex one time is good because you can increase your throw speed, and it increases the stuck damage. The increased explosion radius isn't huge. The biggest thing about the Semtex is being able to stick someone with, right? So one upgrade to the Semtex, I think, is good enough in my opinion. The next perks that you'll probably need could be Stalker if you're going for more of the lurk kind of flank. If you're going for that lurk flank kind of thing, then you could change up the way you build, which is the other way that I build Chaac. I go Semtex first, and then my primary, and then of course I will go Stalker, and I'll go Cloaked. Cloaked unfortunately doesn't stop the reveal completely now, but it still comes in handy because you can kind of bait out the reveal from a Dallas maybe, and then just kind of wait for a second, and then once the reveal is gone, because it'll be cut in half with this perk, you'll be able to start your lurk a little bit earlier than you would have if you have Cloaked. And then I think you would go Life Drain, Flashbang, and then Replenish if you're going the flanking option. But again, I like to play that entry fragger, so I go this way first, right? For anything else, if you're going that entryway, you're staying with your team, you're kind of playing the man up front, especially if you have a Dahlia or a Saint on your team and they're able to res you, then you can use your ability to give you that extra health and push into the enemy and kind of be like a big tanky person who has this much firepower and ability with the replenish and life drain at your disposal, right? Another great perk, of course, another great perk would be shredder rounds if there's an enemy anvil, but normally I would try to give this to your anvil or your Dahlia because they're playing a little bit more safer, so they can damage the shield without having to worry about enemy shooting them out in the open as opposed to Chaac. But of course, if you're the only one available to get the shredder rounds and you did, of course, go ahead with that. Stalker is pretty huge because you don't want them to be able to aim at you as effectively, and if you're able to remove the aim down sight movement penalty while aiming with this much at your disposal, then you'll be even dangerous. You want, again, that single upgrade on the Semtex if you can. And then the last but not least thing is, of course, his katana. Melee's always coming in, especially during that 1v1 situation. As for his gun upgrades, I mean, you could upgrade the gun. I think the only one you really need on this gun is the increased hipfire accuracy, but that's just my opinion. Usually I don't need the increased damage range or the recoil. I don't need the damage range because I am fighting close quarters. I'm not really shooting people from far away with Chaac. I try to put myself in a situation where I'm up close and I'm able to win that fight. And because I'm up close, I try to put myself in a situation where I can get a successful hip fire onto this person, right? So that's why I only upgrade this gun one time, get that increased hip fire accuracy. That's why I don't usually need upgrade 2 or 3. So that's pretty much how I build Chaac. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Make sure you follow me on Twitter at realBluTV with no E in blue. And remember, keep grinding, have fun, and just enjoy your time, everyone.